Welcome back to the Carolina Panthers franchise on Madden 21, guys. We have reached the halfway point, man. Week 9. Well, a little bit over the halfway point. We're in our bye week. Sitting pretty right now, too, man. We're 6-2, coming off a big win against the Cardinals, 42-14. This team is. I like how we're looking right now. Offensively, we're relying a lot on CMC. Justin's doing a solid job. We'll take a look at his stats right now. I think he's got a few more turnovers than what he did last season starting off. Defense-wise, we can't stop the pass for anything. But we're getting a lot more QB pressure. We're getting a lot more sacks this year. I like the way this team is shaping up. We're fighting to get the number 1 seed in the NFC again. And hopefully this time we'll be able to capitalize off of it. So here's a look at the season stats so far. Justin Fields in his second year out of Ohio State, 2,419 yards, 19 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. He has been sacked 7 times. He's grown into be a really good QB for us, man. Here's a look at his rating so far. 92 throw power. The deep accuracy is at 86, but it's the medium and short accuracy that are impressive. 95 and 94. I would love to get his under pressure up a little bit more, his break sack up, maybe the throw on the run up a little bit. As you can see, he's fast, 84 speed, 84 acceleration, but we're trying not to run with him too much because that 69 carry is killing us. He gets outside the pocket, he gets hit, and it's like that, he fumbles the ball. But he's averaging 302 yards a game. Over 9 yards per attempt. I would love to see him stay at the 11 interception mark for the rest of the season. We have to limit these turnovers, man. The offensive line is doing a solid job. I'll say that. I'm concerned about the middle, like our guard and our center play. But Justin's doing a great job getting the ball out when he needs to. Just got to read the defenses a little bit better. To the run game, you already know CMC is going to do what CMC does. 977 yards, 7 touchdowns on the year. No fumbles, but those carries concern me. He's got 190 carries. My plan was to get Gus Edwards a lot more touches, but coach isn't calling many plays for him. So it feels like I'm going to have to take over the play calling, get Gus some more touches because he's only got 35 carries, 149 yards, 4 touchdowns. I want to get him anywhere between 150 to 200 carries per season. I would love to see him at like 650, 700 rushing yards by the end of the year. Justin, 16 carries for 60 yards, no touchdowns. And shout out to Kennedy Brooks, man, our second year back from Oklahoma. He got his first career touchdown, I think it was last week. Now, out wide, we are doing a great job spreading the ball out to all of our weapons. CMC leads the team with 47 grabs for 508, 2 touchdowns. A lot of his plays are the screen, an angle route out of the backfield. We're starting to work in like wheel routes for him because he's just a matchup nightmare for linebackers. Then we got Philip Dorsett in the slot, 45 grabs, 797, 5 touchdowns. Again, speed kills. This dude is really fast. And when you put up against like a nickel linebacker, they don't stand a chance against him. And then we've got our guy DJ Moore, just got a brand new contract, 37 grabs, 589 touchdowns. He's on his way to another big year, another 1,000-yard receiving year. He's our wide receiver number 1. We're trying to feed him the ball. We're trying to have him, lead this group. And then we've got MVS. We picked him up in free agency, 22 grabs, 286, 3 scores. Ian Thomas, 22 grabs, 231. No touchdowns yet so far. Jeremy Rucker has 2 catches for 8 yards. Avery Divins is a player that I am excited about. The rookie from Pittsburgh. We drafted him last year. He's got hidden development, which has me intrigued. 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 83 catching. Catching traffic is solid. With his upgrades that are coming up, I'm definitely going to be working on his route running. He can run a slant route. He can run a drag route, but I want to get him more on those intermediate routes. That medium route running and that deep route have me concerned. I'm not saying he's going to be taking over for MVS anytime soon, but when MVS's contract is up, we're going to be looking at Divins to see if he can step up and be that guy. To the offensive line, like I said, they're doing a solid job at blocking. They've only given up 4 sacks, which means Justin getting outside the pocket, getting sacked, that's on him. Schofield has 2, Moden has 1, and then Linderbaum has 1. Now, we traded for Linderbaum in right before the trade deadline. I mean, he's solid, 78 run block, 75 pass block. The impact blocks at a 76, but he's not quite where I want my center to be. Is he going to be the center of the future? I don't know. You know, if there's somebody in the draft that can step in, maybe he can be that guy, but we'll have to wait and see. To the defensive side of the ball, we got Caden Stearns leading the way, 57 tackles on the year. Justin Reed with 52. Shaq getting a lot more playing time, which I love to see, 46 tackles on the year. Dante Jackson has 45. Rasul Douglas 42. J.C. Jackson 39. Jeremy Chin has 38. Brian Burns with 31. Greedy Williams with 31. Gross Matos with 24. And then Kawan Short has 7. Kawan Short has 17. Devondre has 17, and then Derek Brown has 16. Defense has been playing all right this year. We give up a lot of passing yards, guys. A lot. To have 3 really solid corners, we give up a lot of yards. Now, I don't know if it's sliders. I don't know if it is the guys that we're playing against that are just goated. But, you know, we gave up almost 400 passing yards to Josh Rosen. Come on, Josh Rosen. But like I said, we're getting a lot more pressure. Brian Burns is having a huge year. 9.5 sacks already. You got Gross Matos with 7.5. Derek Brown stepping up in his 3rd year. He's got 4 sacks. Shaq has 2. So does Douglas, Short, and Campbell. And then Vic Beasley has 1. I want to get more playing time for our rookie. Where is he at? There he is. Deron Babber, man. We got to get him on the field more. This guy, I think, next year could step up and take over Kawan Short's spot if he decides to retire. But we're going to have to work on those power moves, that finesse move. But this kid is going to be something else, man. Wow. He's going to be a monster. Guys, we're getting turnovers too. J.C. Jackson leads the team with 4 picks. Dante has 2. Douglas has 1, and it was a pick 6. And Justin Reed has 1. Listen, I'm happy that we're starting to force turnovers. For the past couple years, it felt like we were just getting like maybe 1 interception here, 1 interception there. But now to see JC with 4, he's really playing up to that number 1 corner position, man. 90 speed, 90 man, 81 zone, 86 play rec, 88 press. He's finally getting it. He's finally stepping up to that role and hopefully playing at a Pro Bowl caliber level. Kicking game, Joey Sly is perfect on the season, 13 of 13, but he has missed 3 extra points, which had me a little bit nervous. I think they were like he missed 2 in 1 game. It actually cost us a loss, but again, he has such a huge leg. He's a solid player. 60, I think his long was 66 yards. He made a 66-yard field goal that could have went 70. Our rookie kicker, Greg Larson from Arkansas A&M, 12 punts, 486 yards, almost 40 yards a kick. He's got 6 inside the 20. Another great kicker, man, just solid leg, doing what he's supposed to do. To the return game, Max Pointer doing a great job returning kicks, 34 for 803, 24 yards of return. Would love to see him break loose for one. He came real close. He was tightrope walking on the sideline, and he ended up getting stopped shy of midfield. But he's got great speed, and I'm expecting him to break for at least 1 this year. And the punt return, 17 for 114. So here's a look at the standings in the NFC. The Cowboys are the number 1 seed so far, 7-1. They've won their last 5. I think they beat us. Yeah, they beat us early this year, which sucked. But, I still see them losing a couple games. And if we just keep winning out, we should be able to take over that number 1 seed, and everybody has to come to us. We're sitting at 2 at 6-2. Then the Saints are 5-2. You got the Rams at 5-2, Packers and Seahawks. The Niners, Giants, Bears, all 4-3. Eagles are 4-4. Bucks, Vikings, The Washington football team 3-4. Falcons and Lions are 2-5. And then the Cardinals bringing up the rear, 1-7 on the year. The Cardinals have the worst record in the NFL, 1-7. Followed by the Lions, Falcons, Broncos, Chiefs. Wow, the Chiefs are 2-5. Colts, Jets, so the usual suspects, except for the Chiefs. The Dolphins are 3-5. The Jags are 3-5. And then everybody else is 4-4. So let's take a look at the players that need to be re-signed this year. A couple of key players, I think. One is Greedy Williams. He wants a huge deal. 5 years, $20 million, 34.3 total. You know, we made a trade for him in the offseason. He's been playing solid for us. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. 93 speed. The man coverage is amazing. 87 man. His play rec is terrible, though. 68 play rec, and he can't really press. But with that length at 6'3", and again, we go up against a lot of tall wide receivers in this division. He might be a guy we look to keep. He's not going to wow you with his tackling ability or anything like that. But the one thing he can't do is cover one-on-one. Then we got Daryl Worley, our dime corner. He's looking to come back for about $10 million. I'm up in the air about him because that 88 speed has me concerned. Philip Dorsett, he'll be 30 this offseason. He wants to, if he comes back, he's going to want $5 million for 3 years. We'll see. We've got a lot of receivers that I think can step up and play that slot role that are younger, faster. Max Pointer is one guy I'm thinking about. Rico Busey. Tyquan Lewis, the backup D tackle. I think we can bring him back on a 1-year deal for $3.25. That's not bad. You know, he hasn't seen any playing time. He wants more money. Okay. Our blocking tight end is David Wells. I'm not going to bring him back. You know, I'm going to let him walk and test free agency. Rasul Douglas, he's been solid for us in his new role as that nickel linebacker with his solid zone coverage. But I'm going to have to think about bringing him back. That's a hefty price for somebody who's on the field not that often. Langston Tomlinson is an interesting one because he's a lot like Kalichi Osemele last year. He just hit 30. He'll be 31 this offseason. And in Madden, that's when offensive linemen start to regress. His contract isn't bad. I just don't want to bring him back and then he regress a lot. And then all of a sudden his ratings go completely down the toilet. Vic Beasley, he's up. Probably going to let him walk. I think there's a couple of defensive ends in the draft that could take his spot and be cheaper. Schofield, we're going to let him walk. And then we've got Chris Hubbard, who will be not coming back. He'll be 32 this year. So the big decision, I think, is right here in these three with Williams, Worley, and Dorsett. Again, I think with Dorsett, we can have one of our other guys, the guys that we've been drafting, step up and play that slot role. Because they have about the same speed and acceleration. He has great route running, though. That's what makes Dorsett good. The route running and the hands. That's what makes him so explosive. In fact, let's look at that. So Dorsett has 94 speed, but then you come down here, you've got Charleston Rambo with 93 speed and then Max Pointer with 94 speed. The acceleration is better for both of the young guys. The hands, Rambo has 82 hands, so he's got better hands than Pointer. Catch traffic isn't that great. The spec catch, it's okay. Here's where it kind of dips off, the route running. Rambo has a 75 short. Dorsett has 85. Pointer has 71. Medium route, Dorsett has 82. The other guys are in the 60s. And then the deep route, they kind of catch back up in the deep route with 77 for Rambo, 78 for Pointer. Rico Busey could be another guy that steps up and be in the slot, 6'2", 189, 94 speed. But again, the route running is a major concern for all three of those guys. Avery Divins, like I said before, him being on the outs, I could see him being on the outside playing MVS's role. But again, you know, with Dorsett, it's his skill. Like, are the other guys' skill traits going to be able to step up and fill his shoes? That's a concern of mine. To be honest with you guys, though, I think I'm going to bring back Greedy Williams. He's still young. This is his first contract, I think, after his rookie deal. I don't know about this price tag, though. Let's see if he does that. 5 years, 34. All right, cool. We bring back Greedy. Big price tag, but I think it's worth it. I think he's going to, help out with that secondary a lot. And then just teaming him up with Dante and JC. We keep that group together. So here's a look at the draft board for this year. I did do custom drafts, a custom draft class. I added in some Grambling State players, some Arkansas A&M players that just graduated. And I think that's how it's going to be from now on. I think I have one more Grambling State draft class to add into a Madden game, and then it's going to be all A&M after that. But this draft class, man, I had to do a lot of creative editing because this class was awful. This was a very bad draft class. I think the best guy on the board was a 74, and I'm just like, that's not realistic at all. So if we go over here, start off at quarterback, we got Mark Turner from Texas. He is the number 1 QB on the board right now. A+ throw power, A- throw on a run, B+ break sack, 6'3", 225. Texas quarterbacks, man, they love to throw. They got big arms and they can run, and that's who Mark Turner is. He's a runner. You got Ricky Sears, 6'3", 220 from FSU. Another strong arm quarterback, being compared already to Vince Young when he came out of college. Got Bobby Harrison from Grambling State. Now this guy, he declared early. He was a backup QB at GSU. Never really saw the field, but decided to declare early. He comes into the draft as a late second round prospect, but with mid fourth round talent. This kid's developmental, but if you get him in the right situation, he could be a star. But a quarterback I want you guys to keep an eye on in the future is this guy, Josh Sanchez from Missouri, 6'5", 215. He's a scrambler. This kid ran track in high school and was the 100-meter record holder in the state of Missouri. That's saying a lot, and he's playing quarterback. He has a decent arm, but it's all about that speed, man. We have 3 first-round running backs this year. Miles Weathersby from Oregon State, Nick Thomas from Wisconsin, and J.D. Smith from West Virginia, all in the same archetype. They're all elusive backs. Thomas has a little bit more power with a 5'11", 210-pound frame. But I like J.D. Smith because I think he come out the backfield and make catches. We got a talented group of wide receivers this year. A lot of first-round wideouts. Leading the way is Martin Johnson from Notre Dame. 5'11", 214. He's a deep threat. Then you've got Taj Garnes from Bama. 5'10", 184. Clyde Terrell from Miami, a slot player, 5'8", 195. But keep an eye on this guy right here. Antonio Walker from GSU. He was the best wide receiver in college football for like 2 years. Never won a Biletnikoff Award, but sure hands, great route running. He's projected to be a mid-first rounder, but I can see him going early. Top 10 even. A- spec catch, A- catching, A- short route. Whoever picks up Antonio, they're getting themselves a star. Then you got Alexander Nobles from Nebraska, Brandon McDonald from A&M, and then you've got Joe Flowers from Ole Miss. Another wideout from our Grambling State dynasty, Mike Harper, 6'1", 198, A spec catch, B+ catch in traffic, B+ release, mid-second round talent. He would be a great number 2 option on any team. Not gonna front, tight end is kind of a weak class this year. Max Patterson stands out at 6'5", 252, B+ catching, B- spec catch, B catching traffic. Stephen Franklin, the tight end from Utah, he's a little bit older at 26. He went and did a mission and decided after he came back he was going to enter the draft. A- catching, B spec catch, B- catching traffic, 6'2", 247. But again, he's 26 years of age. So in Madden terms, in 3 or 4 years, he's going to be regressing. Do you take a risk on him with a second round pick? Best offensive lineman on the board, Rashawn Hyde from USC. A- impact block, A- pass block, A- lead block. 6'7", 320 pounds. You got a steal here in the sixth round, though. Carl Massey, 6'5", 322, B+ lead block and impact block, and B pass block finesse. Interior lineman, you got Leonard Johnson, a first-round talent with a fourth-round grade, B+ impact block, B pass block, and B pass block power. A steal here in the fifth round. This is Connor Messina. A- impact block, B+ run block, and B+ lead block. Now, a position we really are keeping our eye on close is center. Joseph Clain from Grambling State is the number one center on the board. B+ run block, B+ pass block, and B lead block. He's considered to be a late first rounder with a mid-second round grade. Again, somebody we're kind of looking at. Linderbaum is solid for us, but we're looking for somebody who can step in and be a game changer. 6'3", 301. I think Joseph Clay could be that guy. And then on the right side of the offensive line at right tackle, another USC prospect, Byron Elam. He is 6'5", 318. Got A- impact block, A- run block, and B+ pass block. USC, they just make them big over on their offensive line, man. 6'5", 318, and this guy is a mauler. Not going to lie, haven't done a great job at recruiting defensive linemen or scouting defensive linemen. You got Seth Williams here from Arkansas A&M, 6'4", 250, a fifth-round talent. So we got to keep an eye on him. But I'm interested to see guys like Rashad Battle. Apparently, this guy is a monster. He's going to be a problem. He is Chase Young 2.0, 6'5", 270. Just seeing tape on this kid. He's 20 years old. Swing move, spin move. He's got everything that you're looking for in your speed rusher. But again, early first-round talent, we're not going to be able to get him. Eric Walters on the right side of the line. You've got Miles Westerman from Maryland, another speed rusher. Jamario Mayo from Utah, 6'3", 260, third rounder. The interior defensive line, Mike Anderson from our Grambling State dynasty. He's the best D tackle on the board, 6 foot, 276. He can pass rush. He can stop the run. Very solid. David Hunt from Arkansas A&M. He comes in with a second round grade. He's a run stopper at 6'2", 275. Again, he's only played college football for 2 years. 2 years. He was at a JUCO before this. So it's going to be interesting to see how teams use him or who decides to draft him and how they're going to utilize his talent. But again, a very deep class at D tackle. A lot of these guys fit our archetype. I'll be scouting these guys later on in the year. Here's another Grambling State guy. This is Ashton Hall, outside linebacker, 6'5", 236. He's your prototypical outside linebacker. Great speed, can wrap up, great tackling ability, kind of weak in coverage though. Probably the best defensive player on the board right now is Khalil Davidson from South Carolina, middle linebacker, 6'3", 255. Hard hitter, great speed, led the nation in tackling for a few years at South Carolina. This kid is going to be something special once he gets drafted in the NFL. To the cornerbacks we go, and Ken Johnson from Grambling State is your number one player on the board, 6'2", 180. KJ was a shutdown corner in the GSU dynasty. You could leave him on an island. There was nobody throwing his way. I'm excited to see what he could do once he gets to the league. Then you got Chad Shelton, another GSU prospect, 5'11", 180. He was another one of those corners, man, when you left him on an island, teams were not trying him at all. A guy that we are kind of on the fence about is Eric Rogers. We did not see a lot from him playing cornerback in the dynasty. He was more utilized in the return game, but he comes in with a first-round grade. I'm interested to see what his traits are, what he is going to do, and how teams are going to use him. I remember a couple games in the GSU dynasty where we did put him at corner, and he just had a tough time in coverage, but he had elite speed. I'm talking like he ran a 4.3, or I think it was like a 4.3 in high school. So just imagine when he gets to the combine, what he could run at the combine. But this is a weak class for corners. Dwayne Burst, he was a first-round talent, but they gave him a 7th-round grade. Paul Rogers, 2nd-round talent, 4th-round grade. Same with Harold Wilder. We're going to have to dig to find like a solid corner if we're looking to replace the corner that we're talking about letting go. Free safety, you got Ryan Curtis, 6'3", 202. Trevor Jackson is 6'2", 205 from the U. And Benji Bowles from Cincy, 6'2", 200 pounds. All three of these guys have first-round grades. And at strong safety, Tavares Gordon, the only first-round strong safety from TSU, 6', 203. So the draft board is a work in progress. Only 7 players on here so far. I would say our key positions we need to look at, definitely interior offensive line, guard, and center. I think getting more defensive line help would be a great idea. Secondary, we're straight since we brought back Greedy Williams. We got Justin Reed back. Caden Stearns is playing great for us at strong safety. The linebackers might be a concern. I don't know if Devondre is that guy for us like I thought he was going to be, but we do have J.J. Couch who's sitting on the bench right now. And we drafted him last year, and I think he has hidden depth. So this year is about, okay, we've got a squad. Now how do we take it to the next level? What's going to be the next move? So I'm interested to see how this all plays out. We've got New Orleans coming up at home this next week. It's the Monday night game, so a little bit more rest for our guys in the bye week. But I think this game is going to be very important for us, especially coming out of the bye week. If you remember last year when we came out the bye week, we got blown out by Dallas. So this year we have to, stay focused. We got some upgrades here. Okay, Greg, get you an upgrade. I'm gonna keep going on that power. Watching me give him an accuracy. Oh, okay. +2 on the kick power. Thank you. Appreciate it. Max Pointer. I'm gonna go route runner on him. I'm gonna bump up his route running. Just get that going. They only gave me 2, really? Medium and short. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep going on route running. So here's a look at the rest of the schedule after the bye week. Again, we play the Saints on Monday night. Then we travel out to San Francisco to take on the Niners. 3 division games back to back to back. We got the Bucks. Then we play the Falcons at home. Then we head out on the road to take on the Bucks again. That'll be our last division game of the season in week 14. We got Minnesota on the road. We take on Russ and the Seahawks again in week 16. And then we close out against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. This is a tough end of the season stretch, man. Wow. The Saints game, again, very winnable. We beat them earlier this year. The Niners game should be interesting. I really don't know too much about their team right now. The Bucks twice, the Falcons once, the Vikings. We got this game circled right here. Week 16 is circled with red marker. It's revenge against the Seahawks for knocking us out of the playoffs last year. But we can't get too focused on them because then we play Lamar and the Ravens in week 17. You already know. Lamar Jackson is a monster. So tough end of the season stretch. But I think this team is up for it, man. I think we're built to actually make a run this year in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to see how this ends up, how the end of the season comes through. Kawan Short is back. Thank you. That's good to know. I'm going to figure out a rotation for these guys, man. I want to get Babber on the field a little bit more. But I don't want to bring off Derek Brown too much. Too much talent on the team. But like I said, we got the Monday Nighter against the Saints this week. I hope you guys are excited for it, man. I hope you guys had a great Christmas as well. We did. If you guys haven't, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Big C Got Game. We got a new puppy. His name is King Leo. It's the cutest thing ever. He's a German Shepherd. Make sure you guys go check it out. While you're at it, make sure you follow me on Facebook and Twitter. All the links are down in the description. Make sure you come through, join the Discord fam for exclusive content, and we'll talk from Bank of America Stadium as we kick off the Monday Nighter against division rivals, the New Orleans Saints. Both teams are 6-2. First place is on the line, man. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.